we say that ours is a training institute, but yes, a lot of jobs and a lot of people's career are uh, from that. I was sitting at a coffee shop about 2, 3 months back. Someone just came to me. He said, "Sir, I'm this." He worked with us about 12 years back, did a 2 month internship, and did about 6 months with us. And today he was at Times or some other media company at a very good position. So
It was not thought of at that time. I first visited IMTEX was 1989. I think the last event last event in Bombay that year, and I was actually out of the country at that time, and it was really an eye opener for me that in India we could have an exhibition and the kind of machines that we were making at that time. I didn't know. So that is what had happened with Imtex, that everybody got to know.
Today, as we celebrate the Global Exhibition Day, we honor the exhibition industry's remarkable contribution to the economic growth, innovation, and global business connectivity. The exhibition industry continues to drive commerce, foster collaboration, and create great opportunities across every sector of the economy. Wishing you all a happy Global Exhibition Day.
I think we all agree, and it's already been shared earlier. I think one of the important point which I would like to highlight and would like to share, in today's geopolitical situation and the environment where we are staying, or like where we are living actually, it's very volatile, it's very uncertain. At the same time, it's complex and ambiguous. So we are actually staying in a VUCA world. So do we really need to follow that path or that parameters, like, we still stay the way we are, or do we need to change? Answer is definitely we need to change. Now, how do we change it? That is going to be important. I think we all discuss, like, in our own boardrooms, in our own offices and things like that. But the problem with the human mind is we get stuck with the negative notation most of the time. नहीं हो सकता है, बहुत challenges हैं, like, very difficult. But do we really want to stick with that? If we want to grow, if we want to move forward, I think the positive notation is very, very important. So I've just tried to redefine, like with help of my mentor, and come up a different definition of VUCA.
So it is onus is on people like us to go to the other parts and reach out to them in those places. We do road shows because we want to definitely promote MTechs, but also we want to, in general, promote the manufacturing across the country and tell them that we are not only doing MTechs in a large way within Bangalore, but we do also support it in that similar umbrella, our exhibitions in the West, kind of like PMTX, and in the North, like DMTX. And we also do certain small B2B kind of events, which goes into the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So we did it in different parts of the country. So with that mindset, we go. And I think the people understand it, and yes, MTechs is a brand, so people readily connect with it. It has been built over long years, so we don't have to do much regarding MTechs, but yes, to reach out to people, we put our effort. happens.
The road shows are still a happening thing.
Yeah,
I-
we
you have
happen
a-
in
okay.
in north, like in Ludhiana, we do road shows.
Today, as we all are celebrating the Global Exhibitions Day, we honor the exhibition industry's remarkable contribution to economic growth, innovation, and global business connectivity. Wishing you all a very happy Global Exhibitions Day.
Not only within India, but globally. We need more collaboration amongst ourselves, a point which came up. We need to stress more on infrastructure. A lot is being done. Delhi, you said we've got 3, maybe we can do 3 more also. We need quality, which is very important. We need government support, private support. Within ourselves, we need to put in for employment, which came about quite a bit. But maximum what came about was talent and skill development, young blood, how that can be enhanced in India, and that is a weakness which we have over here. Well, weakness is the wrong word, which is something we need to get about, put more stress on. So it will be my request to the existing EC that from all the takes, this is my personal opinion, there are lots of it, but this is something in hand which we can do. The PM program is there. Maybe we can do fantastic under 40s is there. We can do more. So this is a little synopsis which I could make of what inputs, great inputs, which we have got from all of you. So having said all of that, my vote of thanks to, first of all, needless to say, our partners, our sponsors. A big, big thank you to Trade Promotion Council of India, Sandeep Das ji.
What a wonderful way to celebrate the Global Exhibitions Day together with all stakeholders of our industry across different regions of the country. Together, we are here to celebrate this industry, not only today, but let us continue this celebration 365 days, and let us make sure that exhibitions industry is the true economic growth engine for our country and for the world at large. Happy Global Exhibitions Day to one and all. Thank you.
Beyond our own, circles. So, which is what I request each of you all to do. And one small story. Recently in my office, one of my office boys, kept saying, "Maza lagnacha vaad divas," meaning to say in English, "Happy birthday of my wedding." So, in the same terminology, I would say, आज आपला exhibition industryचा वाढदिवस आहे. So, happy birthday and happy GED to all. And to celebrate this, we've got a small cake organized by Geo. Either now or at the end of it, we request everybody to join in the, cake cutting. I'm keeping it short. Thank you very much. And thank you for all for turning up here in spite of the traffic, in spite of the rain, in spite of it being the working day. Thank you very much.
Today, on World Exhibition Day, I would like to highlight a reality that is often overlooked. An exhibition is not merely an event held inside a convention center. It is a living economic ecosystem that succeeds only when multiple stakeholders work together seamlessly. When a visitor arrives at an exhibition, she does not experience only the venue. She also experiences the airport, the roads, the metro, the hotels, and the safety system, and the civic infrastructure, the digital connectivity, and the hospitality of the city. Every successful exhibition, therefore, becomes a collective achievement of the local administration, state government, central government, transport agencies, industry associations, and of course the private entrepreneurs. For Delhi NCR, we are now entering a transformational phase. The upcoming Noida International Airport, combined with expanding metro network, eastern and western dedicated freight corridors, expressways, rapid rail connectivity, and India's growing logistic ecosystem will fundamentally redefine the MICE industry in this region. As an industry, we must therefore stop viewing exhibition as standalone events. We must view them as a strategic economic infrastructure
that drives manufacturing, exports, innovation, tourism, investments, and job creation. Hence, the role of Indian exhibition industry and organizations such as Indian Exhibition Industry Association is to bring all these stakeholders together and create platforms that contribute meaningfully to India's growth story. The future of this exhibition is not just about larger venues, it is about the strong
plug and play. Whether you are an exhibitor, whether you are an exhibition organizer, you come here and we hold your hand, and we have a team that will support right from the day one to the last day. So that's made the difference, and that's what is BIAC today.
Okay, just one more question before it goes to Mr. Das. The natural topography of the land was maintained. Must have been a very expensive decision at that time.
Yes, actually, one of the thought that the team had was that we must make it a green facility and shouldn't destroy the topography of the land. And I don't know whether you all know that we don't have any water supply from anywhere. And when you have 20,000, 30,000 people here, the water requirement is enormous. And we created the rainwater harvesting, and we generate our own water to support it here. So that's the way we made it.
Okay, thank you. I think we should give a round of applause to Mr. Mukherjee, because just understand that there are very few people in this country who can build institutions. Okay, it's not that easy. I mean, we work with different institutions, but the people who are behind building those institutions are...
On this Global Exhibition Day, I wish to extend my very best wishes to our entire fraternity. Exhibitions are in our DNA. Remember that. Even when we go through troubled times, as we are nowadays, exhibitions will never go away. They will always remain. They will always remain. So, once again, my best wishes. Celebrate this day from your heart. God bless.
To bring the economy back into shape, to restart the trade. And now again, we are in turbulent times. While the Middle East is on a standstill, your country, your exhibition sector is booming even today in India. Minimum disruptions, but business is happening. So such is the resilience of exhibitions and our own country at the same time. So that's a very, very important point to take home, that we are in the right business and our time has come. Okay? So for all partners who are in the exhibitions trade, this is the trade which is meaningful. It is going to boom further. You got more supply of venues coming up, more trade fairs, which means more economic activity will happen. So our country is on the right track. We still think there will be double-digit growth in the country one day. Today,
Just yesterday, I had one of my office boys saying that it is his wedding happy birthday. So likewise, I think today, 3rd of June, we celebrate GED, I would say Diwali for the trade show industry. We not only celebrate just the industry and the people, we also celebrate the connections that we make. We celebrate the business that we create. We celebrate the economy that we drive. So wishing all of you a happy GED, more business and more
exhibition industry and be part of that growth. Thank you.
Thank you. It's heartening to see that the legacy left behind Mr. Mukherjee is carried forward by the current leadership. Thank you, Mr. Das. So we have some part in this journey when Imtex moved from Delhi to Bangalore. When they came to BIEC for the first time in 2007, we from PDA Ventures worked with them as their event partners. So we worked very closely with Mr. Mukherjee that time. Just wanted to bring up that point. So now BIEC is regarded as one of India's most successful exhibition venues, and you've already explained your expansion plans. So what are the key principles and philosophies continue to define its success? This is to you, Mr. Das.
Well, it is nothing that we are going to do something new. It's the transparency that we have to work with all the players in this market with BIEC. We have excellent facilities available within the campus. We have great team and people who support us to do that.
Today, as we are celebrating Global Exhibitions Day 2026, we honor the exhibition industry's remarkable contribution to economic growth, innovation, and global business connectivity. Global Exhibition Day reminds us that exhibitions are catalysts for business growth, progress, and sustainable economic development. Thank you, and wishing you all a very happy Global Exhibitions Day.
We've always kept relationships first and foremost, and that will continue. So once again, thank you very much for joining today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity of hosting the Global Exhibitions Day at GU World Convention Center. Thank you.
A very happy Exhibition Day 2026 to all my industry colleagues. Exhibition bring industries together, they spark ideas, and they turn handshakes into partnership. Needless to say, exhibitions are a time-tested tool which has survived the challenge of time. Today, we bring the people behind the booths, the organizers, the guys, the event guys, who bring ideas to the shape, the designers and exhibitors, who are the force behind every exhibition, who make face-to-face business possible. Let's celebrate the power of meetings, seeing and experiencing in person. To the entire exhibition community, keep creating spaces where business and creativity collide. Cheers to all.
Waste management practices are followed, and also good to know about the safety practices. I have one more question. So this is a question about digital transformation. From BIEC, what are the initiatives you're taking? Everybody's talking about AI and digital transformation, etc. As a venue, do you have any plans, or are you already on the way in becoming a smart venue, doing things on AI and for organizer request, exhibitor request, and visitor request?
Well, smart venue doesn't only mean to me as only digital intervention. It has a smart interaction between the digital and the smart people. Okay. So
today, as we are celebrating Global Exhibitions Day 2026, we honor.
Yes.
You're having a lot of fun, I see there.
No. It's not an exercise. Come on, you also need to come in here. So I think all these ladies really deserve a round of applause. I think being the women power in the exhibition industry, I think we really need to, I think if we have to look back a decade back, we did not have that many women in the industry. And I think, absolutely. So again, thank you so much. Really acknowledge and appreciate your support. And I think we need more ladies coming in. So please spread the news and spread the message. And I think we want more women to lead the initiatives what has been taken. So again, once again, a round of applause to all of them. Thank you.
Why don't you tell them to join the
Together, we make exhibition stronger and more meaningful.
Exhibitions drive business opportunity and economic growth.
यहाँ आइडियाज मिलते हैं और नए सॉल्यूशन निकलते हैं।
और ये ग्रोथ एक इंडिविजुअल से लेकर पूरी इकोनॉमी को सपोर्ट करती है।
Behind every flawless exhibition is an invisible army of dedication. We see your hard work, we value your impact, and today we celebrate and we thank you for shining behind the scene.
Every exhibition is a chance to learn and grow. Happy Global Exhibition Day.
Happy Global Exhibition Day.
Tax, BIC and other aspects. I would like to ask, how many of you have gone through the venue and seen all the valuable art pieces and the sculptures in BIC? Okay, so I think the man behind it is Mr. Mukherjee. So I would like him to share some of his experience, how he acquired this art and how BIC is managing to preserve these valuable art pieces. Sorry, this is out of the question. So
Well, I have to go back to my own working career. I was in CII those days, and I was sent to Germany. I think it must have been 1981 or so. And I went to the German Machinery Manufacturers Association's office. And the first thing that I saw when I entered beyond the reception area, a beautiful display of arts and some sculptures around. And I felt at that time that, the office should be something like this. And it so happened that in, I think, maybe 83 or 84, CII asked me to supervise building its the headquarters in Delhi. Though my, the engineering background was different, but they said do it. So I had to do that. And there again, we were trying to build something where we would have a different kind of an office setup. And then when it came to IMTMA had an office at that time in Bombay and Nariman Point. And in that office, we had a few paintings, and which came from the Simrosa galleries at that time. And I felt very good. I think some of those paintings are really world-class and very, very valuable. And then when we moved from there to Delhi, I met Mrs. Godrej. And because the Delhi office was very large, and we said...
Learn from our mistakes. Why? We have already gone through one learning curve 6 years back. Still we haven't learned anything. I think if you go back, and I think we will be stretched strong. So I think it's all matter of mindset. In today's world, I think we are being so engrossed, numbers, business, blah, blah, blue, as I said, it's not a gyan. But at the same time, you need to stop, think, take a step back and reflect. Why? Do we really need to do that? I'm not saying numbers are not important, but is it important that much that you kind of forget about your work-life balance? You stop thinking about what is going to happen next? Because since then, till now, I think there are lots of situations which have come in and we managed to surpass that in one way or another. But I think what we learned in 2020, we are still not carrying that learning with us. We are trying to reinvent the wheel back again. So I think that's where, as I said, the revised VUCA. So I think it is for all of us to kind of stop and reflect, where. I think all of us agree we surpassed the much more difficult phase. We were not even in work for 2 months, not even like moved out of homes. That's not the case right now. That's not the case right now. So what are we talking about? So I'm just going to leave this discussion in terms of food for thought. We can have an interactive discussion if we need to, if someone has a different viewpoint or a different perspective to add to this. But my take would be just go back and reflect what happened.
That's why we have sculptures and the decorative pieces between the buildings. And that's what it is. So we integrated the buildings, the brick and mortar with the greenery and with the art and sculptures.
Fascinating. And it is still maintained, Mr. Das.
You should understand that it doesn't just come because I want to do it, want to have art like that. It doesn't. You need to have that within you to find the right thing and put it in the right place, right?
Absolutely.
And if you suppose some of the exhibition happens here, like suppose Stona happens. So there are a lot of cut pieces, very fine, form of art which are displayed. And Mr. Mukherjee goes there and buys still now, and he puts me, I'm buying this, put the bill.
That's one place, one time.
And he tells you okay, where to put it.
That's the only time I did it.
We literally walked down the nostalgic lane along with you.
And merchandising. We started, as Satyendra mentioned, we started with the event, Mice May, we started with the E first, and we were almost supplying to more than 70 to 80% event management companies in India. And that is how we have moved to another segment called as exhibition. And I've seen both the sides very nicely. And let me tell you, exhibition industry, as you mentioned, but I feel event is more affected. There are a lot of offsites, a lot of conferences which were happening in Singapore, Hong Kong, they're all being cancelled. I have clients like Axis Bank, Edelweiss, they're all cancelled because of that Narendra Modi statement. But exhibition industry, still the work is going on. We are doing ample of sampling for a lot of companies, and still we are very hopeful with the biggest of the events, like I'm doing BOMA, IFAT, they're all happening, Pharma Core Kia, Analytica Kia, there are a lot of events which are still happening, and the best part is, events, they have slowed down the budget. जो पहले था कि conferences के लिए इतना budget है, right now it's not happening. They have almost come to at least 70 to 80%. But in terms of exhibition, still it's the same. For speakers, for visitors, for road shows, everything is same. So I really don't see that kind of slowdown as of now. Maybe it has not hit us as a service provider. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, we are hopeful.
Good to hear that perspective. Thank you so much, really.
सत्येंद्र, आई एम स्कैर्ड इनकी नजर लग जाएगी और लाइव टीवी पे हमारा भांडा फूट जाएगा.
No, it's nothing like that. It's always good to have a healthy
to give up that show. Why I say that? It is because that was the first baby. After that, we went into several exhibitions, and Kanteerava Stadium was not enough. We had to come to Palace Grounds, and organizing machine tool show in Palace Ground was one of the biggest challenges, because when you put on the machines, they used to dance, because the ground was not equal, and a lot of challenges. But then, of course, BIC came as a blessing, and we are very happy that we have a world-class venue in Bangalore, and we continue to organize a number of shows in BIC, and I am sure, as Ubaid said, there's a lot of potential. For example, Asia, we started with one hall. Today, last edition, we could occupy 5 halls. So you see the potential the exhibition industry has. Similarly, we also organize exhibition called Past Asia and Plast Focus, wherein when in Dwarka, Yashobhumi was inaugurated, we were the first one to do our show there, occupying every inch of Yashobhumi. So the potential for exhibition industry and the economy and the benefits to the economy that exhibition industry is providing is excellent, and I also wish BIC all the very best for your 6th and 7th hall. Thank you.
exhibition have increased. Like if you talk about pharma show, yesterday I was counting there are more than 15 pharma show happening, which was not there before 2020. Like there were hardly 5 pharma shows happening, and right now every 2 tier city, 3, forget plastic show. Something is happening recently in Hyderabad, iFlex. I think somebody is trying to launch that show, and there are a lot of vendors who have got work over there. So I don't think so it is really impacting exhibition industry.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, Mukund.
To isolate from the global shocks, I propose that we should have exhibitions with more Indian subjects. Incense media, for example, is a very Indian subject. So let's have more exhibitions of Indian subjects. That's my opinion.
Drives growth and faster skill development, everything. So showcasing capabilities, it's very important as the exhibition, and it has got very good potential. And BIEC as a venue, it's a world-class venue. We are organizing 7 editions of India Manufacturing Show. Last edition turned in a very good way. And next year also we are organizing 2 shows here. So just definitely we are growing towards together with BIEC and the IMTMA. Thank you for the opportunity to attend today's program.
Anybody to kind of launch an IP? Right. Anybody else? Okay, Himakshi, now I would want to ask you, what would you do?
I have been in this conundrum, I am a business owner. I need to make money. I have a huge team of 20 people, operations, marketing, designing, end-to-end, all of those things. But for how long do I just want to make money, Satyendra? And if I keep running behind this money, will I actually be able to handle such global changes? And for how long am I going to keep running? So this keeps coming to my mind every off season because I'm tired, I'm burnt out, and this is a problem with our industry. We all burn out every week. Every week, people burn out once a lifetime, once a decade, once a year. We burn out every week. So, and at the end of that burnout, I wonder, I am somebody who wants to work sustainably, not just for profits, but I really believe we as an event industry can create impact by delivering sustainable formats for other businesses, market them sustainably, while also adopting sustainable. I don't know if tech is sustainable. There's just so much gyan about servers, fresh water being used for the tech, and AI causing all our drinking water to go away. I really don't know what is sustainable any longer. What do I adopt for true sustainability? But I think that is one thing that today, when we are together, maybe to start planning for.
I think after being in this industry for over a decade and a half and worked in various venues across India and seen all the new venues go through the struggle, right? From the India Expo Mart to now the Yashobhoomi and BIC then. One of the things is BIC has always been the venue of the future. And we have brought our biggest shows here, and we see a lot more shows coming. Gone are those legacy venues where we could continue doing the show. We are looking at more purpose-built venues. And the next big leap for any exhibition center, as you see, when you look at exhibition centers across the world, is the hospitality part. I know there are few who have already put up hotels and stays. When is the next step for BIC in that regards?
Can I add one thing here? Thank you for everybody to tell BIC is a great venue, which it is really, we are very proud of it. But our goal here is to be one of the best and set the standard for the entire industry, because we alone cannot do anything within India. It's a huge market, great opportunity. BIC, we need competition also. I mean, which we feel some of the other venues, they are good in different aspects other than whatever we are. I mean, we are very green and everything, but other venues are also have best practices and they are doing good. So I think collectively we, the exhibition industry within India, the venues, they work together as a collective unit and create opportunity for all the players to do events. I think that will be the real game changer for Indian exhibition industry. So we are very proud to be one of the very good venue, but we are equally will be happy to help any other venue or learn from any other venue to make it much better. So we are in touch with all of them, and we compete in a healthy competition so that we can improve.
Rethink the statement or the tagline that was made, "We are in this together." I'm not sure how many of us are remembering that. So there was a beautiful statement that was made. So as long as we understand that we are in this together, together is not just the venue, it's exhibition organizers, it's the service providers. We all together, we got to stay strong to face whatever is happening globally at this stage. And from that point, it's like, can I sort of like bring my price point down to make sure that I'm alive and I'm also running the show, which is also helping the employment for rest of the team members, your laborers, your contractors, and the same goes with the venues as well. So it's like, as I said, it's time. Let's revisit that statement to say we are in this together, and we should put every effort to make sure that we are in this together and we come out very strongly to make sure that we stay strong, not just Indian continent-wise, but globally as well.
Very well said, Gaurav.
Opportunity, we will definitely build it. And I think when Mr. Mukherjee built those plans, long, way past, there were facilities which were mentioned, which will be built within this campus. First is that we have to provide space for exhibition. And then we have to build additional capacity to take care of people, hospitality, hotels and everything. What we generally do is, we work with the hotel in and around this facility, and also along the metro line, and tell them to augment their facility so that people can use that metro as a green, sustainable transportation to come to this venue and reduce the carbon footprint for logistical things. But if we can build something inside, we will be very happy. We are not opposed to it. Only thing is there are certain constraints that we have. We are working towards it. Let's see what happens in that direction.
Now affected us so deeply, but in the future it may. So let us all be geared up and prepared for it. That would be my message to all of the industry.
Shivali, hold on, keep it to you. So I want to throw a question back to you. Now you said, in 2020 we learned a lot of things and we adapted. Now, whatever we did is not happening right now. Why?
That's a good question, Satyajit. And I think it's an innate human tendency to go back to old practices as soon as we get comfortable. So the reason that we have not sustained to those practices is because we have become comfortable again. And every time we slip into that comfort zone, we all forget the lessons of the past. It's a human tendency, but we can definitely take initiatives to make those systems. I don't think that we are not capable of following systems, but there is lack of enforcement, I feel. And enforcement has to be industry-wide at every level. It cannot be at just the organizer or just the venue level. It has to be throughout. And as an association or as a representative of this industry, I think we should take an initiative to enforce change throughout the ecosystem, not just at the top level. So I think that would help us, and that would also answer your question, I hope.
I said there is nothing wrong. Whatever, we were just discussing things and it has to be in a positive note.
Right,
so taking
absolutely.
a cue from whatever Shivali just shared, anybody disagree with that? Anyone in the room?
I disagree. Just to add on to, all the organizers were explaining about their relationship with BIEC. So we were one of the early movers. I think Imtex moved in Jan 2007, and after that we had Bangalore Bio in 2000 November. First Active, followed by India Wood when we were the owners of India Wood. So from that time, our relationship with BIECs, they have cooperated with all aspects. We all grew together with BIEC. Whatever the organizers from Bangalore, we all have our own stories and we all grew with BIEC. So
Actually, Pradeep Divaya was one of the well-wishers of BIC right from the day one.
so some of the systems we have were jointly developed along with BIC. So we used to constantly go back to them and say change that. They were always open to suggestions. That is what I wanted to mention. So we all had the problem of working in temporary grounds where we had a move-in time of almost a month. For India Wood, we used to spend 30 days in palace grounds, building concrete grounds for machinery to move in. And what a relief to, come to a plug and play venue like BIC. So we've come to a conclusion of this program. Anybody has any other questions? No? Brijesh? All right. So Mr. Mukherjee and Mr. Das, what a privilege it has been to journey through more than 5 decades of history with the current leadership, from the early days of IMTEX in 1969 to the new and fresh halls of BIC and the global stage that IMTMA has helped build. Your story is not just the story of an organization, it's the story of how vision, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in power of bringing people together that can transform an entire industry. So we are in the business of bringing people together. They are the engines of, all of you said that engines of economic activity. When a trade fair opens its doors, it sets in motion a chain of value that unlocks well beyond the exhibition hall.
Okay, now, Himakshi, I would want to, sorry.
Together we win.
He had something to say. No, I think he has something to say.
Hi guys, my name is Amit Kanodia and I am a founder of my company Illuminati. We are based out of Mumbai. We are almost a decade-old company handling sign and display and visual merchandising for retail brands. It's been almost 16 months that I see myself in the exhibition industry. We are into this vision of bringing sustainable modular infrastructure in building the booth spaces. And we have been trying hard to get ourselves into this domain. We have been inspired by a lot of global companies, a lot of organizers who have been taking initiative to see that a lot of exhibition spaces, trade shows are built into this modular systems. It might sound like an introduction, but what really attracted me to be in the exhibition industry, I will be a part of English and Hindi. So what I foresight something, exhibition is a convenience. And a lot of people, be it an exhibitor or organizer or service provider, turns into an opportunity. Yes, I do understand a lot of job opportunities, and it says सिर्फ 3 दिन का शो है, बाकी 362 दिन के business को generate करने के लिए. I think that is something really attracted me.
That's really well said. Absolutely.
The next what I also felt from the service provider side, because I come from a service side where I'm an execution company. I execute projects. So what I see and I foresight that कि जो अब ये वक्त चल रहा है and what we talking about AI and the Gen Zs, तो अब ना ब्राह्मण का बेटा ब्राह्मण नहीं बनेगा तो कारपेंटर का बेटा कारपेंटर भी नहीं बनेगा. तो lot of times when I say that who are the real heroes on the exhibition side, nothing offensive sir, everyone you guys are great, but the people who are on the floor day and night, उन्हें सूद नहीं है अपने खाने की, अपनी सेफ्टी की, क्योंकि उन्हें सिर्फ एक ही बेचैनी है. There is a pressure to hand over a project on time. And that is the reason what I saw, that there is an opportunity where all these people who actually shape the exhibitions, क्या हम उन्हें एक ऐसा do it yourself, easy to do and a modular infrastructure दे सकते हैं ताकि उनकी दिलचस्पी इस इंडस्ट्री में बनी रहे. Because sir, very honest, all the people who are sitting here, you and I are not on the floor. The people who build those spaces are on the floor. तो वो कब तक अपने हाथ काले करेंगे? We are talking about safety, we talk about accidents, we talk about sustainability, but who is actually putting that effort? So मेरे ख्याल से what I see, and I have been manifesting seeing a lot of stand building companies, they say that we do global projects. Sir, India इतनी बड़ी opportunity है, 365 दिन आपके पास होश नहीं है काम करने का. आपने यूरोप और अमेरिका में जाके बूथ क्यों बनाना है? The reason is because here people are not ready for that change, or they don't want to come into that old template से बाहर ही नहीं आना चाहते. आई थिंक मैं या मेरे जैसे बहुत ऐसे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हैं जो इस बात की एजुकेशन पेशेंस लेके, पैसा तो बहुत इमटेरियल है, वो तो इन्वेस्ट किया ही है, लेकिन वो रख के ये धैर्य बना के चल रहे. शायद जो लोग इस फ्लोर पे काम करने वाले लोग हैं, वो अपना इनपुट डालेंगे कि दिस इज द फ्यूचर. क्योंकि अगर हमारे पास हाथ ही नहीं होंगे काम करने के लिए, तो हम अपने एग्जीबिशंस को खड़ा कैसे करेंगे? So मेरे ख्याल से what I see foresight, and that is what the vision I brought in this domain to enter here and put a lot of heart and soul and money, that I think that the real heroes needs to be trained to use infrastructure which is modular, reusable, safety standards are high, and the execution timelines are in hours and not in days. I think that is something what I really foresight. I am nothing against the companies who build exhibition spaces in wood, carpentry, something. That's also a part of it. But I think this is now a high time where we want to make sure that we make money. I think पैसे की बात बनी थी. So I think that money or this peace of mind that you said, I think that will be able to generate when we do to make sure that the people who are building are also happy. Because end of the day, you are buying somebody else's stress. Because you are from the leader side. You just advise them, ये हो जाना चाहिए. अरे कैसे होगा sir? Because they don't have patience. They don't have peace of mind. I think that is what I'm looking for. And I really look forward that we as a company, the Kanodia company, be a stakeholder, be a synergy partner for all the organizers, exhibition stand building companies, where we effectively come into an ecosystem that let's start doing at least 5% every year. So in the number of years that we see in the future, we might turn up that at least हमारी industry में labor available रहेगी. They are curious to work. They will put into that efforts. Even they can learn those AutoCAD files, run on some systems, and they are happy to build it. वो हाथ काले वाला काम feeling नहीं आएगा. I think that is what I would like to say.
No. Thank you so much, Amit. I think you hit the nail. I think what you said is, it's a reality. So as I said, with nothing to do with any other business, because all the business are equally important. But as you said, it's matter of mindset, upskilling, and how you want to do your work. Either you do it मतलब challenges के साथ में करना है कि at ease करना है. So that is more important. So thank you for highlighting that. Yes.
You had something
Okay,
to
I
ask
will.
me.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll now have to throw it.
Yeah.
So. Almost a month back, we had professional exhibition management course happening, for the industry. And I was one of the faculty, and we were having a discussion. So the group came up with a question to me, so I'm throwing up to you, so for you to, the only thing is then again it will go back to them. So their query was, कि हम इतनी सारी बात करते हैं, health and safety, sustainability, blah, blah, everything, I think, especially in India. He said, when you go on the show floor, it's dusty, there is no ventilation, and you can't breathe. So what, as an industry association, you are trying to do? So I just want to kind of throw to your question, if you would be in my place, what would be your response?
My first response would be good question. But having said that, you're right, and I think, Satyendra, about 15, 18 years ago, we made that first presentation for health and safety. I think between Amar, you, and the entire ops team. I still remember where I was putting the photos, the first ever presentation to run on a TV near the registration counter. You remember, Mukund? Health and safety ka. We have been trying to advocate it, yes, run it on a loop at the TV, at the registration counter, where is the emergency exit and the health and safety, follow this. We've been, in 18 years, what we started just as a presentation, the industry, and I won't say we, the industry started as a presentation, I would say at least 80% of it has been implemented. And there is going to be a new safety challenge every day. As you rightly mentioned, if there is no change, if there is no evolution, there is no growth. The challenges in health and safety are also evolving. We never thought of a challenge to have a quarantine zone. We never thought of that in 2013, 12. We never thought we would need a quarantine zone. We just knew we needed a first aid room. But nature taught us that. And I think from what we made 18 years ago as an industry, we've covered 80% of that, at least in India, from the attire to ensuring carpets are taped safely, ensuring the wires are taped safely, because I think those are the basics. We have got the basics right. Now we just need to progress further. This whole idea about dust, 18 years ago, there was not so much pollution outside, so the dust inside never bothered us. But now it bothers us because there are illnesses that we've suddenly come to know about, which is COPD, pneumonia, and we are getting afflicted with more problems. So I think the generation which asked you this question are people who are seeing this stage of what is the new challenges to health and safety. That would be my answer to them. And I would tell them, okay, valid question, give me a list of all the things you see are not getting implemented, and let's work as a team and have a group discussion to start getting it implemented. And IEI can do that.
Nice. Okay. Any different view from what Himakshi said? Any one of you? If you would be there in my place, what would be your response? I'll share my response, what I said, for sure. Yes. Just give it to Azam.
Just speaking not from a many point, as you said, if we would have been in your place, I think it's a high time now we start looking at how do we design the booths. No disrespect to anyone who's building the stands, no disrespect to any of the fabricator who takes up the projects to build the stands. It's a time. Now let's just get off the place where I still see a carpenter bringing a saw and cutting a wood inside the hall. Painter still doing a sand dusting inside the hall where the stalls have been. Right? We speak so much about sustainability. There's no other way that we can get rid of this people, a carpenter, painters who have to literally work in a dusty environment. All right? I think if we start looking at more designing from a sustainability aspect, less of wood, less of waste, less of plastics, whatever. Let's think about more of a modular stalls, more about the stalls that it's easy to fit in, that has only nut bolt stalls and everything. Not too much of a wood, because again, wood is something that is generating waste. Right, which is again adding to your landfills, which is again a point of a concern in terms of the environment and everything. So just being a humble request from the, not from a venue side, as I said, it's like let's think about this side. Let's think from this direction to say like, what best can we do when we're designing the booths? What is the best thing that we can build, not using the wood, but is there any other form that we build the booths? You know, that's it.
Thanks, Azam. Anybody has a different viewpoint or what you would say? Please, there is nothing wrong. I think all the perspectives are good. Here we are trying to evolve. We are just trying to learn, like what can be done. And we are talking about the industry. But all of us are facing the same problem, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. So then what's the solution? We need to have a solution. And as we said, we are in together. So we have to have that. That's the reason the discussion is happening. You have something to say? Yep, please.
So my name is Rishikesh. We also provide modular and sustainable booths. So we've been promoting this for about now 2 years. What challenge that we face is that when we speak with designers, they don't have the technical knowledge to design those booths in a certain way. There are briefs that come from companies abroad, but they don't know how to design it or even implement it. So I believe such kind of training sessions or maybe a seminar could be held to for the Indian designers to design in such a way. In that case, we'll be more than happy to help in that segment, because we've been doing this for about 2.5 years. We've been struggling a little bit to go on a very bigger scale, but we have the skills to demonstrate that as well. So yeah.
Cool. Anyone else has any to add on?
I think not just the designers, Rishikesh rightly pointed out, and even did Amit, that the ultimate power rests in the hands of the laborers. We need to train them to work in a sustainable manner. I mean, it's unfortunate that most of the laborers in our industry are untrained, unskilled, and learnt only by experience. They're skilled, but they are skilled by experience. They have no formal training. They have no formal education on carpentry, how it is to be done. I think that could also be one of the initiatives to train them to work in a more clean, sustainable, safe manner. and that could be a great initiative. I think if we could take it as an association.
But what about the exhibitors' pressure? What are their demands?
Yes, I forgot about that.
मतलब आपने decide कर लिया कि हमको ये stall बनाना है. What about the exhibitor that demands it?
The acceptance, yes. The acceptance is still not there. Amit already pointed that out, that people don't want it. No matter how much we try to sell it, people don't want it as of now. But then, yes, there could be initiatives for that also. I think there are initiatives are all that we can do. So
Pranay. I think we discussed everything under the sun right now, but who initiates this? Where does this initiation starts? Okay, I've come from both the sides. Where do we pass on the buck? Okay, I'm using the word buck. It should not be used, but is it the venue? Is it the organizers? Is it the service providers? All the question leads to the mentality that we have. That's one aspect. Secondly, I think we should take inspiration from the venue we are in, first of all. Look at Jio. Jio is exclusive by nature in its services, but inclusive to everyone. That is where we should operate at and one of the levels that we should operate at. Everyone has experienced an international working style. Everyone has moved around the world. How much have we adapted? Everything comes up to L1. Everything comes up to the cost. When we're talking about exhibitors over here, where did we fail? We failed, okay? We failed. We did not adapt. I'm saying from both the sides now, as an organizer previously, as a service provider now, I think we failed to create value, or there is a need to create value to what we offer. We undermine ourselves. We only compete on cost. There is no shortcomings on skills. I'm being genuinely honest as an Indian. There is no shortcoming on skills. It's about training. It's about method. Yes, I understand I'm coming from a service providing company with deep pockets right now who can sustain for a longer period of time. Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Let me be honest on this. I can make these questions. I can openly remark about it. I'm trying to get the modular system. I love the guys who are previously working onto this. There is no shortage of solution. Trust me. There is no shortage. You're talking about designs. It would hardly take any time to get design. I have international designers. I've tried with the Indian clients, putting across international design, adapting to fabrics, modular stands. It just doesn't work. So where does the initiation start? We're talking all of it. Who initiates this? That's it. That's the major important aspect to cover. Very, very good. Good point. Very good point. Yeah, Amit, you had to say something?
Also, what I saw a big challenge at this moment is organizers have a pressure to sell every square meter space in their show, and an exhibitor is already understood that I took this space, whether I buy a shell scheme or a bare shell one. And on a shell scheme, I have been given a prefabricated one. I come, I put my catalogs and my products, and I'm there for 3 days to showcase my company's abilities. But when we talk about bare shell ones, it's a fixed template. They go into this mindset that this is my square meter, this is a core budget, I want to do it. And yes, the organizers have a big list of do's and don'ts and some penalizer thing, but actually it doesn't get amplified. The only reason is I lose a customer अगर मैंने उसे penalize कर दिया तो next time he will not participate only. There is a huge there are huge implementations at this time. You need to shut that booth construction work. The aisle carpets needs to be laid out and you need to be out of it. But frankly to speak, owners or the companies who have participated, they are in the early hours at 3 o'clock at the booth to have those last finished touch-ups. Go to a hotel, have a nice quick shower, and next day they are with the tie and cuffling buttons to operate their booths. So where is this mandate that we are looking for? And as you rightly said, that cost is something which is more important. Venues will only put a lot of rules and regulation templates to organizer, but are they really implementing it? Organizer puts a lot of rules and regulation to the stand building fabricators or the individual exhibitors. But actually, to be very honest, end of the day, everything is compromised. It's been almost like 18 months for me. And again, not about the money side, but that mindset to shift. That way they don't want to come out of that old template of those old shell schemes which has been in the floor for like ages, 20 years, 30 years. And on the bare shell also. And I would also like to pinpoint, this is only a mindset that modular or those typical infrastructure stands are expensive. They are actually not expensive. ये जो एक जिंक्स है ये तोड़ना बहुत जरूरी है. We are not expensive. We will build in hours and go back. There is zero waste on the venue. And most importantly, what I said earlier, a labor is happy, uske haath kaale nahi honge. He will not feel sweaty. He will not feel, itne mein to itna hi karunga. And what I think I have to pinpoint what I have seen in this time, हम लेबर से एक्सपेक्ट क्या करते हैं? सचिन तेंदुलकर 12 घंटे में बैटिंग, बॉलिंग, फील्डिंग, विकेट सब कर दे भाई, और कैसे भी खड़ा कर दे इसे बस
12 घंटे? I think it goes beyond 12 hours.
No, I'm just saying on those last 12 hours of leg.
It goes beyond 12 hours.
I think that is something which is important, and I think me or anyone who is into this domain will welcome our factory doors to all the stand builders, their laborers to try this. That they will understand that this is something what is required now, and they will be happy to be there in this industry. Because if they are not paid well, they are not being considered that what value you are bringing, they will look for other opportunities on another side. I'm sorry to say, but they will be more happy to sweep floors on the shopping malls, but not to work on an exhibition floor. I think that is what I really look forward to it, that maybe not now, step by step, but it would change and it should change. And you as almost eminent leaders will bring that change first. We are the execution company. Till the time you don't enforce all this with the help of venue people, I think it will not be a change. We will only talk about sustainability. I am a part of sustainability committee. We can have long meetings, Zoom calls every month. But what is it that we are actually implementing it? None. Yeah.
Well point noted on that. Yeah. Sparsh?
Hi, my name is Parsh. I'm from Premier Marketing. We have been in the exhibition space for the last 30 years. And as Sir said that we implement rules as organizers, we are with you, we implement rules for them to finish things. But just to correct you, Sir, on that, with all due respect, there has to be a certain planning that you come in along, you bring in more labor, you bring in much more planned solutions when you enter the particular space. That is a very big shortage that I see. A particular contractor, he picks around 9 stalls. With a certain amount of labor, it automatically is very difficult to deliver on time. You deliver 5 of it, 3 of it is not on time. Then I become into a problem. My aisles, my carpets have to be done because it's not only one stall, it's the whole show that has to come up, which is a big highlight that I need to put in here. Secondly, ultimately, you guys only pick it's your market, right? Somebody in your space undercuts you. If somebody can't do the job, they should say no, rather than just taking a job and not delivering. So that is something that has to be highlighted. Everybody in the stand building space also needs to know that एक budget है, इसमें काम होगा और इसमें नहीं होगा. So आपको वो भी तो consider करना ही पड़ेगा. As Pranay also said that we have all the technology, so the market needs to come together and to give a sustainable rate also, not L1, but a sustainable rate to match those standards. At the same time, when you talk about sustainability, many organizers like Newberg, there is Informa, all these clients are already promoting sustainability. If you look at their VIP lounges, if you look at their registration stalls, they are getting to innovative solutions right now. So I think we are excelling, but as L1, that has to be cut off, and all of you all have to come together and see that this is a cost, iske niche koi nahi jayega, tab kaam hoga, varna nahi hoga, sir. Thank you.
So thank you. I think kind of get off just with what I said. My reaction first was not good question for sure. I said, okay, the group, I said, how many of you are stand construction company here? No, I'm like not here. I'm talking about my thing. So definitely the hands raised up. So I said, you have been working, being there, and this is coming from you. Why? Why do you, saying this? Is there any something, झेल रहे हैं हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं. So I think that's where the change started. Now, coming what Pranay said, the buck. I think buck lies with everyone. It's a complete, I would say 360-degree acceptance what we need to do, because we are the entire ecosystem. Now, from an organizer and venue perspective, I think we have certain set of rules and regulations, and where, we urge them to follow. See, India is a democratic country, and we really, cannot enforce strictly. And when it has happened, there has been a backfire which has happened in the industry for that matter, because people don't want to change. Now, the people who don't want to change, that quantum is 85%. The people who are sitting here are those 15% who are actually doing things. Right? I think many of the points have been kind of being highlighted and things like that. Now, every organizers is different. Every venue regulations is different. So as an association, like, we have formed certain committees and we are trying to bring all the stakeholders on board on a single platform and single understanding. And as I said, any change, it is not immediate. If you have to see where we were 10 years before and where we are, it's a commendable change. And many of us, like we go internationally, we work there. But when you come back to India, we don't work the way we work there. Why? Not even in work, even in the civil discipline, I will say that. Even in civil discipline. And as we were discussing it, 2020 में हमने जो किया, एक बार वो चले गया, we came back to the old habits. If you would have sustained those old habits, it would be a different world to stay right now. Like what we're talking about, pollution, what she said outside is happening, those things would not happen. And again, India is a developing country. The infrastructure development needs to happen because this is the right time, we are at the right place. So there will be little bit inconvenience, but we have to see from a positive notation. So my point to them was, all of us as a ecosystem need to work together. As I said, if you bring prefabricated material on site, half of it repainted, I'm not even saying fully repainted, well, half of the problem just ends there. And instead of making a person work to 16 hours a day or 18 hours a day, make an 8-hour shift. Make an 8-hour shift. As I said, the challenge is not the 15% who is in this room and we are discussing about. The challenge is the 85% which are SMEs, not even SMEs, MSMEs. There, the owner wants to just earn money. He is not concerned कि labor को कितना क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, whatever it is. He's not concerned about that. So I think the education has to go from top down, not from down up. As I said, India has unskilled labor, but they are skilled in their own way. जो जुगाड़ हम कर सकते हैं ना, दुनिया में कोई नहीं कर सकता है, कोई नहीं कर सकता है. So we should accept it and we should try and take that positive thing and work for ourselves. So अभी जो 85% की जो हम बात कर रहे हैं उसको educate कौन करेगा? Those top 15%. Definitely when you and हमारे को अगर हम किसको अगर मना कर दे आने के लिए, tell me what will happen? We said okay, you cannot come inside. When you say organizer says okay, you cannot come inside, what will happen? We all know the practicalities. Just discuss on that. Right? There will be an unrest. There will be an unrest, isn't it? And we don't want that. Like as I said, we want everybody to be together, work together, and want to give livelihood to everyone possible. We don't want to take away anything from anybody's livelihood. That's also equally important. So that's number one. Number two, as I said, it's an evolving thing. So like one of the things, I think we have colleagues from various subcommittees, as I said, we have sustainability, we have stand builders and everything. We are working towards it. And it's not easy. And as I said, India by geography itself is so vast. That's the reason GED is being celebrated in 4 cities different right now. Like ideally everybody should have come together, but at least we are celebrating together live on TV, IIA TV. So I think all of us has to work together. It will take time. Things have changed. The venues which are coming right now are world class. Like half of the challenges are gone because the earlier venues were quite old. They were constructed from a different mindset, different parameters, which is not the case in the new venues. And the rules and regulations have been implemented. And I'll tell you the other way also. Like many companies out of this 15%, when they work for international organizers or the organizers will enter into a very strict agreement, they will do everything. But once they start going to work for a company where they do not have this, agreements and things like that, they go back to their normal working thing. What stops them? Nothing stops them, right? Am I right or am I wrong? So as I said, it's an industry problem. So I think all of us has to together kind of work on it. The buck doesn't stop only at organizer or a venue or anybody else. It's a as I said, it's a 360-degree circle. So when it starts good, it has to be good. So I think all of us has to train and let the owners of the companies whom we have these challenges with. And see, you also need to understand any developing country would have this challenge. But again, here, definitely the change is happening, but it's gradually, it's not that to the extent we want. But at the same time, education, mindset change is very, very important. And putting penalty is not the solution to the problem. And I think none of the organizers or venue want to do that. That's the last thing, they will have it in mind. It's not. But it's either a carrot or a stick. But I think stick is not the solution to the thing, and we don't want to work on that parameters. So we want to give them carrot, and we are working towards it, and it will happen. So this is what my response to them was. They understood, they agreed, and in fact, there is a module which I have requested them to work on. If they have to implement something, how would they do that? So they are working on it. Once I get that result and report, I'll share with everybody. Yeah.
When you're saying MSMEs,
Your name, your company name.
hi everybody, this is Mrinali from NESCO Bombay Exhibition Center. So basically, my point is, we can take support from government also for training and upskilling the labor. When we are talking about training the labor, we can take support. There are several schemes from government for MSMEs. So maybe that could be one perspective which we should be taking into consideration.
Thank you. Just to let you know, as IIA, we had done 3 sessions in last 2 years, and our success rate was only 5%. I'll tell you the challenge, because the company says, I'm busy and we cannot send our staff for training. That's the problem. And we also thought, in fact, one of the training happened during the exhibition center, during the exhibition was happening. And we just requested them on the first day of the show, like the last day everything is done, please send your staff on first day. But people, they don't want to spend money in terms of the travel and stay of the staff. So these are the challenges I'm talking about. It's not IA, and it's not that we have given up. I think my friend, he's sitting, he will also understand, Sanjay, so he would also, say, we have been doing whatever we can as an association, but as I said, it's not only us who can drive. We want that involvement of everyone, and we have association with Furniture Skill Council of India.
Okay.
So they are our partners actually, and they kind of initiated this training. So just to let you know.
Thank you.
Satyendra, just to add to what she said, we are talking about skilling and training people who are associated with us. But
no, this was open to all.
No, what I'm trying to say is when we talk about MSMEs who are basically our exhibitors, it is they who are.
We are not talking about exhibitors.
No, see, so I'm trying to say a different change, which Sparsh and Amit ji and Pranay rightly pointed out. The problem that our industry is facing, fine, there's one side which is the industry. The other side is our exhibitors. They are not ready to adopt modular. They are looking. They still want Taj Mahals made out of wood.
I beg to agree. I'll tell you the reason why. See, if you are being presented that many options, he will pick and choose. If you are not given that option,
we're in a time of technology where they can just Google and they can make it from ChatGPT that this is how our booth should look.
No, absolutely. See, and as I said, somebody would say, okay, we are trying it and we have been doing it. See, all those modular systems and things like that have just come in last 5 years. So change the mindset also will take time. Now the same exhibitors, they also go internationally and participate, right?
Yes.
So can we reach out to the ministry or the skill council, or maybe do an advocacy to reach out to the exhibitors across industries on what would work in a sustainable manner? Is there something like that we can adopt?
As I said,
I'm
most
sure
of the
government
organizers
is always supporting sustainability.
No. See, we are. It's not. Most of the organizers, as I said, very few organizers, I don't want to name them, they are trying to do this, but as I said, the challenge is again 95% of the other organizers, they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it.
Okay. So we are trying to bring everybody on board. So as I said, it's not an easy task.
Maybe something mandatory which could be done,
See, as an association, we have to take everybody together. You cannot mandate things.
I know.
We are not a statutory body. You need to understand that. So. Yes. As I said, so it's work in progress. Yes. Your point well noted, but we'll kind of do that. I think we are almost there.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else before we conclude? Any questions? Anything?
Another thing that I wanted to point out is, along with skill setting and upscaling, investment as a factor is also very important. To be very honest, if we don't have the right, as Himakshi ji said, that it's about the dusting that happens in the problem. When you go outside and see, whenever there is wood cutting happening, you have a vacuum that's connected. These are very small changes that people outside also, there's the same amount of cutting also that might happen. But at the same time, these are small measures that are taken, that comes in with investment. So as from the organizer's side, in our do's and don'ts, I feel we should add in that this particular machine is needed if you're doing this. Otherwise, there is a penalty. So I think that's how them and us can work together and reduce these problems one by one. That's one other point that I had.
Point well taken. And as I said, like, what you're saying is not wrong, but at the same time, the investment an organizer cannot do. Rules and don'ts may be here. Now, again, it's a business model with the respective company has to do it. It's not that they are not aware. And as Amit rightly said, investment looks that big, but it is not the case. So, as I said, we cannot teach somebody their business. We can guide them. So, our responsibility is guiding them and kind of doing them, not our. So, thank you so much. I hope, we had an all good time. And if there is any other points, we can always discuss. I think we are almost at the end of the program right now. But really appreciate and really thank all of you for your attendance over here. Thank you. Pranay will take it. I think you just passed on. You have something? We can. Okay.
I think everybody's quite charged up with this heated discussion, and I'm glad that we are having more such discussions. I think it's been a great 1.5 hours with all of y'all. Among all the other things that we've discussed we must do, which we always discuss that we must do, I think we should also make it a point to have these discussions more often so that we don't forget. Like after COVID, we forget how to operate when we used to do in COVID. We should not forget what we've discussed today and keep reminding ourselves that we need to take action without passing the buck. Take action. And the last part of VUCA is action. So let's focus there. Let's all focus more over there. On that note, I'd like to now invite Mr. Amar Singh, the managing partner of Shivom Management Services, to deliver a vote of thanks and close this ceremony and the occasion.
Amar, just a request, before you do, we want to just do one thing which is kind of a bit impromptu, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, okay. So there are some industry stalwarts and veterans which are here, and we would want to acknowledge them because I think once they are here and when you see them, I think they will also can share their success story, where they were and what they have seen the industry been involved, evolved, and where we are is going to be equally important. So not in any particular order, I would request Vijay Joshi ji, Tandon ji, Xavier, Ashish, please come over here. That's very, very important. I think these are the people who have been here for more than 3 decades and No. It's not about being there. Yes. Dwivedi ji. Ashok Dwivedi ji, please. So, yeah, absolutely. Come. These are the people whom really we are thankful for because these are the pillars. And अगर इन्होंने नहीं किया होता तो हम यहाँ नहीं होते. Tandon ji, please. So, we really, you really deserve, but thank you so much. So, Ashish, you heard for all of us. And I think you were also, the founder member of IEIA, right? And first, yes, absolutely. So just want to hear your perspective, what you saw today and when it started, what difference do you see? And whatever discussion happened, just want to have a wrap-up.
Hello, check. This Global Exhibitions Day started in the year 2016. I don't know, I came in a little late. If somebody already shared this.
11 years back.
So 11 years back, and this is started by UFI. This is the Association of Exhibition Organizers, International Exhibition Organizers. But amongst all the countries who participate in UFI, India does the maximum bang on the Global Exhibition Day across all the countries. So, I think this day is kind of taken over by India and IEIA, so it's really nice. Second is, हमको लगता है हमको ही बात करने को आता है. So I've been speaking on the mic for many years, but I was so happy to see many of you speak so well. I don't know if you prepared and came or spoke impromptu, but all of you did so well. I have not been in India for a few years, so I said मैं चुपचाप side में बैठ के सुनता हूँ. So when you listen to the people talk, then you come to know what are the real issues and what's happening in the industry. 20 years, IEIA started in the year 2005. There were just 8 of us who signed the first articles of association for the industry. This was promoted by an unsung hero who's not amongst us anymore. This was Mr. Vashisht from Hightex Exhibition Center. He was the one who went across the cities, met all the organizers, and stitched it together. It's not that he was the first one who did this, by the way. He was not the first. Before this, a strong effort was made by H.K. Bhattad to start an exhibition association, and he hosted one dinner event in Nesco in an area which is now converted into a gaming zone, I think, of Nesco. But those days, exhibition organizers would not even shake hands. And we would not visit each other's exhibitions. And if somebody dared to come, he would be blocked, stopped, and removed. Point blank. And in the earlier days of UFI meetings, if 2 exhibition organizers reached the same venue and attended the meeting, then we will not look at each other. And if I'm speaking to him, and maybe he is a big international guy, sorry. So, and if Boratkar is looking, I will turn my face so he cannot see my lips and, even do the lip reading. So we used to be like this, very khadus people. So we used to be very, very khadus, and I think all lived in our own bubble. But I'll tell you why this association started or what triggered it. This is very interesting to know. In the year 2002,
Brijesh, and a round of applause for him.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Amitabh Sarkar from Informa Markets, and happy Global Exhibitions Day to all of you. And we are really blessed to have in this industry. It's a thriving industry, and we have seen the growth post-pandemic. During the pandemic season, I think everybody suffered a lot, but post-pandemic, we have seen the enormous growth in every sector, all because of the Indian economy also thriving in all the sectors, not only the particular industry sector. So our industry is connected to the sectors growing. So going forward in 10 years, what I feel that large-scale exhibitions are, sometimes it faces the space crunch. We felt actually in few of the cases. The venue size is sometimes happened that we are not able to accommodate more number of exhibitors. So that's the reason we have splitted the events in different venues. We have seen the enormous growth in the 2-tier and 3-tier region. People, the MSME people used to come from different sectors and want to participate in the large format event exhibitions. Sometimes the exhibition industry, exhibition participation is so costly, they cannot afford. But I must say that the people who are into this SME sector, having come up with some kind of innovative products and technology, they would like to showcase their product. So, like this kind of BIS, the world-class facility structure, in going forward, I think Government of India and the other state government may think of having this kind of infrastructure developed in the 2-tier, 3-tier city, educate the exhibitors, and then come to the industry, international standard quality show. That's the way I think it can be evolved over the years. Thank you. Thank you.
See, as far as exhibition infrastructure in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are concerned, we at IIA has already given a representation to Ministry of Commerce that every Tier 2 city, whether it is Lucknow, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, they should have at least one big exhibition center with a conference facility. And going forward, if the exhibition industry has to evolve and penetrate deep into Indian pockets. We require those structures. So we are working on that, and we assure you that in coming years, you will find that lot of tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities will have exhibition venues.
Thank you. Myself, Shashi Kumar, most of the people know me for my fight with them, but that's a growing pattern. So most of the points been covered by my peers. There are two things I have a request from IAIA. One is the manpower to the industry. Maybe we should run a course in a college, or we should have a syllabus which covers in some of the subjects that can be directly pledged or taken to our industry. That is one. Maybe industry association can try incorporating or implementing, influencing this. The second thing is, I think the association should evaluate the exhibitions that are conducted in every corner and certify. There should be a certification process that the exhibition has a value to participate. And our stamp should be recognized by the exhibitor for a trust, right? So we cannot keep giving stamps to everybody who are members, who are non-members, who are paying, who are not paying. No. We have to have a process in place to certify that exhibition so that it has a value for even an international company to blindly trust us and then come and participate in our exhibition. These are the two important points which we wanted to address. Thank you.
See, both the points has been taken care by IIEA. Recently, last month only, we did the 4th or the 5th edition of PEN program, in which more than 50 people
so much. Thank you for sharing the insights, and what a lucky day for us. Like, you know, the man and the, like, you know, the group which started with IIA, he himself is here. So really, we are quite lucky. So Mukund, now I think yours is the main event, like, which got postponed. So up to you.
I'm happy to.
Eddie, hold on. Be here only. Just be here.
Yeah, we would like
concerned, we have started it. So the first exhibition that got IIA certified through a third-party source. It is 2 agencies we have shortlisted. What are the agencies? Any idea? Name of the agency? So one is Ernst & Young, and one is ENY, and one more agency. I don't remember the name as of now. So these 2 agencies have been shortlisted. Any exhibition that is taking place in India, they can approach IIA office. IIA office will coordinate for the inspection of that particular thing through these agencies, and you will get certified in terms of number of exhibitors, number of visitors, number of international participations. It is just like a certification that your event has truly garnered that numbers. So that has already been started. The first event that got certified was Mr. Patankar's event, Active's events, which is Bangalore Tech Summit here in Bangalore. The second event, even though in IMTMA and MTEX, we get it certified through UFI, but since it is an Indian venture, we also got certified through IIA. So that is an open platform. It's for knowledge of everyone who is not aware of that particular thing, that these 2 things were already taken care of. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kumar Natarajan. I'm representing a company by name Exhibit on Watch. We are a startup from Chennai. We have developed a product to assist in bringing out actionable intelligence for the exhibitors who place their booths in all the trade shows. We have come out with a small product which will be in one corner on a tripod, wherein the conversations will be recorded, both video, audio. And I have seen not many trade shows are having the culture to scan the badge in booth level. So we can introduce that also. Our software makes the exhibitor to go ahead and search and build their BI based on the 3-day show or 5-day show. Because as of today, after the show, every call that they're going to make as a follow-up is a cold call. Okay, but in our case, we have a video sense which can be shared in many ways along with the colleague in the team. And for all we know, nobody would have visited our booth. We can go ahead and claim with the trade show organizer himself to give us a better space boothing, or we can tell our organizing team to have a better deco in the both level. So we are a startup asset, and we are in the very, very early stage of getting into IAIA. We need all your support. Thank you very much, and we wish BIEC to build more number of halls so our product also can be used here. Thank you.
Hi, happy Global Exhibition Day for you. And myself, Savita, General Manager, Synergy Exposures from Chennai. We are the trade fair B2B organizers.
Good afternoon. Rati Tarafdar from Metaverse Expo. My colleague will talk.
Good afternoon. My name is Anup Tarafdar from Metaverse Expo. I have two things to say, one thank you and one request. So I'll start with the thank you that Rati Tarafdar and myself, we are both certified by PEM. I did it in 2024 and she did it in 26. It's a great 5-day residential course. If you are really interested, I strongly recommend for this PEM course, which I did it at Delhi and she did it at Noida this year at IEML. And the request to Ved sir and all the BIEC management and team. First, thank you, Dawul sir, for inviting. I was discussing in between that, they are busy almost 300 days in a year. Maybe still they have a 65 days to sell. Normally, all these days we are, I am in 2.5 decades, but I'm more into MIC. E is just started, exhibition is started in a couple of years back. All these days we have been doing like 1,000, 2,000 square meter in a hotel premises or convention center. We are slowly upgrading to the big exhibition center like BAC. We are targeting from the 27 or so. What is the incentive? That is my request to you, sir, that what is the incentive you are giving to people like who is trying to upgrade from convention center or hotel to the places like BIC, so that you help them in the initial stage to grow and take it forward. Because as of now we are working on some niche segment. With the support of BIEC or similar venues, we can take our venture forward.
So to answer what support we provide to small organizers, people who are looking for an exhibition space of close to 1,000 square meter and 2,000 square meter. See, we have the convention facility over here. There are two halls you can see. One is Gulmohar and the second is Jacaranda. So these two halls clubbed together can take 2,000. So for a very small organizer, if he requires 2,000 square meter of space, he can do an event in these two halls. In fact, the large machineries cannot come in this hall, but a 1-ton machinery can easily come into this hall basically. And the doors are large enough for small machineries to take part in that. And the rentals are pretty cheap. You can end up a 3-day event and a 2-day setup in that for about 15 lakh rupees, including air conditionings. So that is how we are promoting. And the foyer areas and other areas can also be used for your FMBs and for your conferences. And we had a large lagoon area on the back side, which generally caters to exhibitor nights. So that way we support. Second support what we provide to small exhibition organizers who are planning to do a 2,000 or 3,000 exhibition is, we give them the hall, the bigger halls, which is hall 1, 2, which is the lower level is 6,000. So even if you are doing an exhibition for a 2,000 or 2,500 square meters, we encourage people to do an exhibition over there. And for all the support services, including air conditioning, power connection, power consumption, housekeeping, security, parking, we have a package cost. That package cost is just cost to us basically. And during the lean period and the semi-lean period is from April, May, June, and July, August is my semi-lean period. Our rates are 50% of the peak rates and 75% of the peak rates during that period. So 5 to 7 years from now, 5 to 7 years before, if you go through that, I'm talking about 2014, 15, and 16, we generally have a lean period. We don't have any events happening in April, May, June. Now in April itself, this year, we have done 12 events. So all small organizers who wants to establish their shows in BIC, this is a golden opportunity for them. They can even look into 1,500 to 2,000, 2,500 square meter, and we are there to support them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Happy Global Exhibition Day.
I'm Murthy, representing a company called Extreme. We are into branding services, exhibition services, event services. As sir was mentioning about the growth, see, growth, I'll just take you back, not to the forward. When I came into the industry, it was 1996, when I did my first Aero India show. The show was just in Hall A, Hall B, Hall C. I think PDA was involved over there. And it was a very small show, and they had some 10 chalets there. Over a period of time, if you actually see today, Aero India has grown to such a level, the minute they announce the show, it is sold out. And they have 100 chalets. A 10 to 100 chalets is something which is a great achievement. This is one thing. And when I see BIC, of course, when they started the venue, it was hall 1, 2, 3. Today, the opportunity is so much, they have gone into 6th hall, and it is still growing. And the industry is something like, what do you say? See, this industry I've seen from last 30 years. The way it has grown, even after pandemic, it did not stop. None of the organizers or the event management companies never stopped looking back. Oh, pandemic has happened, what will happen? But it is again growing. Like Mr. Cyril was also mentioning, like they have grown to 1 hall, 2 hall, and they have grown up to 6th hall now. This is something which I have seen, and definitely this industry is something which will definitely grow. And what I see is this industry has both ways. It is organized and unorganized. Organized are somebody who's a good organizer, they are like completely organized. And unorganized is something like the lower level when they're just coming to industry and they have not known about the industry. They should learn about the industry. And as my friend Mr. Shashi was asking about the people who want to come into the industry and some institution which has to be incorporated, I'm always for it. I request sir to even like either BIC or IAIA to start an institution where we give them a diploma course or a degree course. And because of today AI, a lot of students, children are getting panicked. What do I do after this? AI is taking over. Whether I get a job, should I study or not study? Should I do my engineering? What do I do if I do engineering? So let us have this thing, something like starting an institution, event management and exhibition industry in this institution, where you get a lot of students into it and we give them opportunity to work. And our industry definitely has opportunity for students who come as inexperienced and they get experienced. And this industry is something like, it is like a more passionate industry. It is not like a business industry. People learn every day. And
hi everybody, I'm Praveen from Mermaid Digital. A lot of gratitude, thanks to exhibition industry, especially BIC. You know, when we started as a fabric printing company in 2008, so we are the first company in India to start, you know, something called as digital fabric printing for an events and exhibition industry, which covers especially I never thought that we will come into, exhibition industry. Yes, printing was always been used for various advertisement and, support activities. But, our journey started definitely, a big opportunity was given by BIC and, that is into the exhibition industry. And yes, initially we thought fabric is majorly used in sports industry. We started with Commonwealth Games also. 2010 was a huge opportunity for us, plus or minus, good or bad, whatever the experience we had there. Because of various reasons, you all know what happened in Commonwealth Games. And later, the big opportunity which we recently, yes, IPL was one of the major opportunity. Then we had it's been 18 years we've been associated with various major events in India. It's not only about exhibition. We just finished Ahmedabad, IPL finals. We printed major part of the venue branding for Narendra Modi Stadium, and we are glad we have grown with this industry. I see it as Ubez sir was also mentioning, that it's a mice industry which covers everything, and we being part of, we being a printing company, we work with everybody, whoever takes us. So yes, one major change, one major step we have taken is we have set up 15,000 square feet of our inventory and storage and printing unit just opposite to BIC. That is one major advantage for us, and definitely a growth which we definitely want to contribute more into an exhibition industry, which we, there are a lot of things, sustainability. We talk so many things about sustainability, bringing in systems, see, we don't believe in printing too much for any event, okay? We don't want too much of clutter in branding. We want to reduce the amount of printing which happens in any industry or an event, because we do it because there is a lack of signage, the lack of infrastructure, lack of fixed signages in the industry, in the venue or something like that, So we want to also become a more sustainable, company, and fabric has got its own plus or limitations, and you cannot use it everywhere as others, but definitely you can bring a lot of innovations and systems into the place where we can reduce the printing element and increase the visibility, color, decor to the event. That's what we believe in this. So thank you for all the opportunities given, and hopefully that we will we'll continue to do our best contributing to this industry. Thank you so much. Yeah.
In fact, when Mermaid approached us in 2008 for MTechs, our budgets were already exhausted. They approached it about 5 or 6 days before the event. So I told him that, boss, I cannot promise any money to you, but if you want, I can help you out by giving you 20 flagpoles from the entrance plaza till hall number 3. You have to do it free of cost. But the only thing that you can do over there is at the bottom of each flag where there is a strong base, you can write Mermaid over there. So that was the beginning for Mermaid and Praveen.
Thank you, sir.
We are working on it, but again, digital will come. Digital is going to grow, but same is the fabric. We have to forego off flex and vinyl at times because they are very harmless to the nature. But fabric also, sometimes the fabric that has been used, I don't know whether that is a real fabric or it is something which is much worse than a flex. So that standards have to come. We have to evolve, we have to grow, we have to see the carbon footprints. That is all we can say now.
I'm Bhojaraj. So it's good. Happy Global Exhibition Day today. So thank you for inviting me here. So as Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka and IMS Foundation, we have already have one flagship program on manufacturing, that is India Manufacturing Show. We have successfully completed 7 editions from 2010 to last year 2025. It's a biennial show. So it's all because of the support from BIEC and IMTMA. So we are adding one more show in food processing sector. So it is coming up in the next year. It's called Global Food Pro. We are trying our best. Our strength is our members who are in across the sectors. We are just now adding, apart from the engineering manufacturing, so we are adding into food processing sector. This is what I want to share. Apart from that, we are open. Whatever the best we can, definitely we will do. We will do our best. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Vasuki Kashyap here from Active. I'm working here as the head of conference. This is my first event to be here in the Global Exhibition Day, and congratulations to you for putting up such a wonderful show. In my personal view, the future of exhibition is not in the bigger halls. I mean, I don't mean to say the new structure should not come up. The bigger halls can be there, but how smarter the shows can get, leveraging technology, leveraging the latest AI or any of them, building your, the connectivity, B2B matchmaking and all of that, intelligence that you build in, on the ROI that you can probably show through the blockchain technology that you can use, and bringing industry, standardization across the industry, across all the exhibition organizers. So these are some of the things that incremental improvement that IEIA can bring in, leveraging and using of optimal usage of technology. So that helps. So that's where I'm saying, it's not the bigger halls the future lies in, it's in the smarter shows, how the shows can get smarter. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Global Exhibitions Day to everybody. This is an industry which acts as a catalyst to the larger industry, trade and commerce. This has an industry which has brought in many first to India through exhibitors coming from the global side to India, be it technology or product. I think it is the phase that we have to take our manufacturing prowess to the rest of the world. Like any other large economy is built on trade shows, be it Germany, China, or anywhere. I think we are in the phase where we should start destination marketing. Every city in itself should be a destination for all the exhibitors to come, as well as it should also be the sourcing area for global audience to come into this city. I think that is where IEIA plays a major role. Unlike an unlike an E&Y or anybody else certifying an exhibition, like the UFI does for many events, IEIA should stamp their authority on certifying exhibitions going further, which also builds confidence for global exhibitors to invest into the show. Thank you.
Even though E&Y is doing the audit for the event, it is certified by IIA only. So as a body, it is not E&Y that is certifying the event. It is IIA Secretariat that is certifying the event.
Hello. Good afternoon. Happy Global Exhibition Day to everyone. My name is Gurunath. I am from Active. Morning I have spoken already about the venue. This is a very fantastic venue, and thanks to Ubaid and his team creating a wonderful platform and place, all of us. And my suggestion is, only thing is for all the event managers or the Ubaid's team, we need to adopt more sustainability initiatives during the event to reduce the environment impact. That is only one concern.
Surely we are working on that, and in future we have to reduce carbon footprints. That goes without saying. So some of the initiatives that we have taken is solar lights along the panel. That what we are doing. We are also discussing with the solar companies to install solar panels. Going forward, we will see how we can reduce our dependency on diesel gensets, basically. So that also we are working on. So all those are in pipeline, and we strongly want to reduce ourselves. Like Mr. Jeepak Dasgupta recently said that we had created our own waste segregation plant. So that is also it's a work in progress. It will be ready in another 6 months. So we have to reduce the carbon footprint. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, good afternoon, and I'm Simha Shastri from Prime Events and Conferences. We've been in the industry for the last 30 years, and I've seen BIC grow from strength to strength and from a barren land to what it is today. And the center of exhibition in Bangalore used to be Palace Grounds, and we started as a tech support company for voice and data, because internet was a rare commodity and voice lines were a rare commodity. So we used to provide voice connections and internet connectivity to every stall. And one major event was IT.com 2000 at Palace Grounds, where we set up a switch from Department of Telecom for 256 lines with about 42 ISDN lines and 2 MB connectivity, maybe about 12 of them at those days in 2000. And of course, then we moved into branding, design, and so on. And so we've been supporting the industry. I have many of my friends here whom we have worked with, and including BIC. And it's the Global Exhibition Day was rolled out in 2016 by UFI, and growing from strength to strength, and the recognition the MICE industry has got in India and the impact it is making to the industry, it is quite no, noticeable, and the government has to take notice. And I urge IEIA to, we are still not a preferred industry. So this is very important. We are given representation to the Ministry of Finance, but still we are not a preferred industry. We are still an unorganized sector. I think this time is right for us to pitch into the government, make a proposal, because the kind of workforce we employ and the kind of income we get for the country in terms of travel, hotel rooms, plus foreign exchange, it is quite abundant, and still we are an unrecognized sector. And I urge IAA to pitch this to the government and ensure that shortly we should be able to be as a preferred industry. Thank you, sir.
Sure, thanks, sir. Point well noted. So anybody else who wants to make a comment? I will tell you a very interesting thing. I spoke to my dear friend Jagdish Patankar on Friday, and he says that he will be very much part of this event. And we drafted the minutes and everything, that how the event flow will be. And when again called him on Monday, he said he is in Poland. So the only thing I told him that, okay, you might be somewhere or otherwhere, I'm not worried about that, but you have to be here for this event to give the closing remarks. So from IIA, I invite Mr. Jagdish Patankar to give the closing remarks. I know he's not well and he is arrived here late also, but his words are truly meaningful. So just a brief introduction of what we are doing in IIA. He can start with that and then he can go ahead and finish it off. So Jagdish ji, please come.
Thanks a lot, Ubed, for clarifying this, because I was feeling so embarrassed to walk in late. Though, let me tell you, I was attending the session through and through because it was going live. One wonderful thing this year IEIA did was the celebration of Global Exhibitions Day. We did it in a different way. And it is North, South and West region simultaneously conducting sessions, engaging with the community, and it's all going live on IEIA TV. So I had a benefit of listening to what is happening in South, what is happening in North, as well as in the Western region. So to that extent, it helped me because I could also listen to the other regions and the conversation which was going on over there. So that was one important part. So thanks for this opportunity. I see my wonderful friends over here, very, very senior members. From IEIA alone, if you look at our governing council, I am there. Ubed is here. Naziba is here. Brijesh is there. So we have a wonderful team, which is driving this entire exhibitions industry forward at the national level from Bangalore. So Bangalore and South, I always believe, gives the direction to the country in many ways. And that is what we intend to do. BIC was one of the first venues which created global standards at that time. While in Delhi we had Pragati Maidan for many, many years, BIC actually set the new rules and then others started following that. So that conversation was the opening session today. And I was also listening to Mr. Abhijit Mukherjee, then Mr. Das Gupta. You were there. Naziba was beautifully moderating the entire session. And I'm so proud that, when BIC happened, immediately after Imtex, mine was the first show, and immediately after that, PDA's show was the very next show. So the thing is, a lot of conversation was there in the Western region about how one of the key things in sustainability is a major conversation that IEIA is doing. And what happens for those 3 days at the venue, a lot of stand builders were conversing, and they were saying that how the modular structures have come across the world, the adaptation of that is not here in India to the extent it should, because that will reduce the load on the carbon footprint. It will bring down the time that is required, the dust, the safety issues, all those hazards, will be much better. That was the conversation. Why even today it is not happening? 85% of it is still wood and carpenting and all that. And one missing link, it struck me, which we should correct next time. Not correct exactly. In this hall, if you see, or in North, or in West, or anywhere, or IIA programs, who's our biggest ecosystem player? No, the exhibitor himself, which is our clients. There are about 10,000 maybe companies, small and big, or maybe 100,000, I don't know, driven by some leading 500,000, 2,000, 5,000 companies, right? We don't integrate them into our conversation enough. I believe that if we are able to encourage our exhibitors themselves to adopt global best practices, then the pressure will be on organizers, the pressure will be on stand builders, and the pressure will be on everybody else to follow that. So one Tata Motors decides to, suppose in my Pravas show, if they say my booth is going to be completely carbon neutral, best practices and all that, next year when the Pravas show will happen, seeing what Tata Motors has done, maybe another 100 people from the same industry will start following that. So how can we bring them into our fold, the major ones, and start conversing with them on many ways, could be the way forward for this entire sector. Another important aspect, I've been started talking about it since last 1 year, is about the word expo economy. And the next 5 years, I think I'll only talk about expo economy and nothing else. If you look at this entire MICE sector, that E, which stands not for events but for exhibitions alone, you link that with Prime Minister's vision, Government of India's vision for $30 trillion industry by 2047, which is one industry which will support government make it happen in a big way. I believe it is the exhibition industry. And the reason why it will make it happen is because for India and Indian different industry sectors to grow rapidly in a very, very cost-effective way, exhibitions will offer that multiplying factor, which no other medium can offer. Which means if I do a show which is worth 10 crores for me, the total business transacted at the venue becomes 50 crores because of the companies which come, booths that we build, hotels which get filled up, or 100 crores, maybe 10 times more. But the business transaction, maybe 10,000 crores in that one event. I know for sure that in my Pravas event, which is one of the largest public transport shows of the country, which happens every alternate year, entire order booking for the 2 years is done. So it is Volvo, Tata, you name the company. They say we come here and we book the orders for the next 2 years. So what are we talking? We are talking about public transport companies' entire turnover being generated in one show. And this is not just about me, like you will also agree with me, so in your shows. What is the impact? Are we able to really communicate this impact to the governments?
Just to add on one point.
Yeah.
We also we create so many direct and indirect jobs. The organization which come and set up
Absolutely. Yeah. So, the narrative, I would use the word narrative. What collectively I want each one of you to do is remember this word expo economy. Prime Minister has spoken about, and Bhojraji, you are a very, very respected person in the industry, in the community, even in the, BJP and other circles. Why I'm bringing this to your attention is, our Honorable Prime Minister has spoken about so many different economies. Even he spoke about concert economy, Yeah. I would love someday, Prime Minister in his speech will say, for my vision of $30 trillion industry, it is the expo economy. That day I will stop. Till then I'll keep talking about expo economy because the day he says it, nobody else has to say anything. So this is something that we have to collectively achieve. Again, why I brought these topics over here, because if you look at Global Exhibitions Day, it started in 2016. I was doing some research myself. I said, शुरू किसने किया ये? तो UFI ने शुरू किया. IAEE, again International Association for Exhibition and Events is the body which they both came together and did it. But their goal was social and economic impact. So in GED, our conversation should be about, of course, it's a very good thing that we are doing here, talking about how we can make ourselves better, how we can make best practices and all that. But simultaneously, slowly we should start moving towards what our industry is doing for the world, for the country. And that is social impact and the economic impact. Economic impact will come through expo economy as a whole thing. The social impact, as you said, will come through the job creation, sustainability impact. Just the whole idea of thousands of exhibitions bring people together and we celebrate. So much of learning. I think one person, one young boy becomes a man when he goes through the process of, one exhibition organizing. He joins as here the Timbuktu, my friends are here. There's so many students come and I know those students come, they spend 1 month with Active, they work very closely. They are different boys altogether. They are men, just 1 month later. What is the terrific impact that it makes? So what it means, that is the social impact that we are doing. So these are some aspects that, we as a IEIA organization should try and bring it into more and more into conversation in the coming days. But let me tell you, this year particularly, this GED had to be done differently. And I must congratulate Ubaid for taking that initiative, because he was the one, along with Satyendra, they took this initiative within our group and they said, okay, let's do it differently, a lot of conversation. And it's so nice to see everywhere it is happening and one can go online and see it. And I'm sure we'll take a leaf out of it and do it even better next time. The session over here, the very first session that you had on celebrating the legacy, nostalgic journey of IMTMA, IMTEX, BIC. I'm part of that nostalgic journey myself, feel very good about it. Abhijit Mukherjee, he's not here. That's the only regret I have of coming late is I didn't meet him.
Maybe he will be here.
He'll be here? Okay. What a wonderful person. I mean, I learned so much from him and what a support he gave us. We were very young at that time, new organization. And at that time, I really, really fondly remember my interaction with him, even with Mr. Chandra's Banerjee, the one who moved on to become CII head. So he was there, Mr. Jivak Das Gupta, the new DG and CEO, not new anymore. He's been there now. So he's the one now giving new direction and taking it to the next level. Ubaid, when you think of exhibition industry, if one name stands out, I'm sure it is Ubaid. There is no doubt on that. Yeah. No, it is true. I mean, at least for us in Bangalore, we believe that. And, in this sector, there are not very many women. And that is one of the, again, social impact. More women should come into this, undoubtedly. Because, men think in only black and white. Women think in grey also. And that is very important. And they bring in different depth, they bring life to the entire thing and new perspective. They are very sensitive. So they would, I think, take this industry to the next level. And so nice to see Ziba here. She is part of our executive council, managing director of one of the top exhibition companies of the country, PDA. So she was part of that session. And wonderful conversation. I was hearing that conversation with you three, and she moderating the session, of course. And then after that, this open house was again a nice idea. So all in all, I was supposed to give only closing thing, but I just got little carried away. So, but before I conclude, this happens because all our people come together. No? So our F&B partner, Taj Yashwantpur, or live streaming partner, Blue Apple, they are our live streaming partner for all the IIA programs. Our registration partner, Interface, one of the first registration companies of the country. I remember my interaction with Mukund Rao. When I first stepped into this, our branding partner, Mermaid. Mermaid has become our important partner. And so nice to see the growth of Mermaid into a national organization. Then our infrastructure partner, Amanullah Khan and Sons. What can I say about Abbas? I remember first time I came to Bangalore, I had to do Science Congress over here. And Hussein was there. You will remember Hussein. And Hussein was a dear friend of mine. And I told Hussein, यार मेरे तो वो इतना बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर लगा, मेरे पास पैसा ही नहीं है लगाने के लिए, मैं क्या करूँ? तो बोला कि मैं लेके जाता हूँ तुमको. And he took me to Abbas Bhai, and Abbas Bhai, he introduced me. Or he told Abbas Bhai, JP is like Jagdish Dey. And now people say JP, I've become old man, but in those days everybody used to say Jagdish. Jagdish is a very dear friend of mine. You have to give him all the support. So Jagdish ji, आपको जो चाहिए वो करवा लो, कोई issue नहीं है. I honestly, first introduction, I didn't pay him a single rupee. He built the entire infrastructure for me, never chased for me. And then of course, then our relationship nurtured into last 2003 to 26, 23 years working very closely with him, number of shows with Amanullah Khan. I mean, why I'm saying all this is these are the people who have built this entire sector, our photography partner, Event Photo. I don't know them personally, I think, but good to know that there is an organization by Event Photo. Then internet partner, Tata Teleservices, and our audio partner, High Tech Events, and number of other, and your team, which has helped in putting together this entire show. So thanks a lot, each one of you, and happy Global Exhibitions Day once again. And let's remember the kind of social and economic impact we as exhibitions industry is creating. And let's be proud of that, and let's continue this march forward. Thank you very much.
Thanks, JP, for nice words, basically. They were truly enlightening. And thank you. So there has been a lunch that has been served over here. But before we go for lunch, we want to have a big photograph that will go across the globe. So I want each and everyone to be present in front of Hall 2. We have created something new. We tried creating something new. So hopefully you will all like it. So once we have that photograph, we will then come for lunch. And all the people present in this hall, it's a golden opportunity for you all to interact during the lunchtime. With this, I want to thank my team. I want to thank IIA. I want to thank each and every member and each and every person who have come over here to make this event a grand success. Thank you.